Welcome to Gents Two Cents. Back at it again. Here with my best friend Mark. Last regular season pick show here. Sorry about missing last week. I'm sure a lot of you had a lot of things to do. Us as well. Holidays, Christmas travel. I had to go back up to Indiana and to a couple of different places up there. I was gone for almost 3 weeks. So it's been a long day, long week. Ready to start the new year off right with some good picks here.
Yeah. I mean, shoot fire. It's we haven't recorded anything since last year.
Seriously. Yeah, it's we were trying to get something out to you guys, but schedules just didn't align, didn't have normal setups, lots of families over, just didn't work out, but promise to be more consistent. This is our first year, first season doing these things. We're going to have to transition to other sports soon, and no doubt in my mind next year, next football
Heard that
season.
right.
In all seriousness, we'll have a full year under our belt next year. I'm sure the show is going to look a lot different. We'll have full on records, lots of different things going on. Still did pretty hot last time we did one of these things. Both of us went over 500, 7-5, uh, respectively to both of us. I don't know. I think that's the third or fourth time we tied this year. But this week's, I'm sure, going to be a little bit different as only like 3 or 4 games actually matter. So a lot of people we haven't seen play football or haven't seen play football in a long time going to be playing. Could be cause for chaos, could cause good games, also could be blowout city. So it's probably why they isolated a couple of these games, made them on Saturday. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, the season's coming to an end. Everything's wrapping up. What a season. Right. I mean, the Colts calling in Philip Rivers, Mahomes tearing his ACL. Wow. Excuse me.
Jeez. I need to go get that looked at, brother.
I just I just chugged a Red Bull, guys. It's had a 3 mile run this morning. Worked, shut down at my job this morning also. Um Yeah, been a long day, so I had to chug a Red Bull. And Faffin and I got a gaming marathon coming up. Might be going for that goop soon. We'll see. But anyway, yeah. So Philip Rivers
Like
is
to get you on that game.
he was back.
Go
Philip
on.
Rivers was back. Mahomes tore his ACL. Minshew thought to have torn his ACL, but he did not. Stephon Diggs in hot water. A lot of coaching jobs on the line. A lot of quarterback jobs on the line. Hell, the Indianapolis Colts. I have no idea what we're gonna do next year. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know who
I
my
was gonna
quarterback
bring
is.
I was going to bring this up. I mean, unless you want to talk about the Colts a little bit, but yeah, how many coaches do you think are going to get fired after this week? Well, because a
A
lot of
solid
I've been
three.
hearing a lot of these coaches are coaching for their jobs, but I almost think a lot of the times, a lot of those decisions have already been made, whether or not they lose or win this
Yeah.
week. So I don't know. It's usually like what 5, 6
Well, so I don't know if you count the Tennessee Titans.
in season. Yeah,
Well, they got the in season, they got the interim head coach. I doubt he's gonna stick around.
you could go
I
back.
know
What was he? D coordinator?
there's a lot of people calling for the head of the Falcons head coach.
Yeah. Raheem's such a good guy, though. He seems like a good guy, but very non-imaginative on offense. I always thought their defense was pretty decent, at least at getting pressure, but they always like seem to shoot themselves in the feet with penalties, which is obviously on head coaching. Hey, chill out over there. It's Friday. New Year's, still not recovered. This guy. Yeah, and my New Year's resolution, learn how to speak the English language.
Get a new best friend.
Yeah. Guy's wearing a sock hat inside.
Hey, listen, next time I'll wear sunglasses inside at night.
Yeah. It's like Anthony Richardson. That's what he was. I went to the Colts game last weekend. He was out there wearing
It's
his
because he had a
shades.
black eye. Oh, the
That's
foots.
some people's excuse.
The foots. Okay. All right. Well, so anyway, you know, some of the crazy news is Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
Is
for
he
sure.
currently being held on bond, or is he arrested, or is he
No, he's
walking,
just
waiting
been
for trial?
charged.
So he's just been
He's just
charged.
been, yeah, waiting on trial. And literally, I think the only thing as of recording this is like the Patriots are just waiting on the NFL, who is waiting on legal people. Like excuse me, they're not. I mean, he's still playing. He's still on the roster. He's not on like suspension or IR or anything yet. I'm not really sure how quick those things can move. That would be a massive loss for a team that's potentially going to be the number one seed.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, instead of Stephon Diggs sitting on the field watching the celebration like he did with the Bills, he's going to be watching it from a cell.
Well, I mean, I mean, if they don't, Drake May has played absolutely amazing this year, but Stephon Diggs is kind of had a kind of resurgence year. And if he's not out there, I mean,
Okay, okay, okay.
man,
Hold
you
up,
really just got to
hold
stop the
up,
run game, and they're
hold
beatable.
up. Before you, okay, all right. Drake May is a good quarterback. I'll start off by saying he's a good quarterback. My stomach hurts.
You
I think we should just restart again.
again? No, 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 not again.
Well, I can't even see you.
We're almost to the
I
picks.
can't even see you. Half your screen. What are you
Incognito.
doing over there? A lot of, I mean, the biggest thing about week 18 is the playoff picture shaping up. Do you have the playoff picture in front of you?
No, but I can get it. I know that there's only two teams that can flip flop out. Most of the seeds are already made.
I did not get to do as much homework for this episode as I usually do with the holidays.
Well, the only teams that can get in that aren't currently in are the Buccaneers and the Ravens.
Or the Steelers.
Everybody else is already in.
The Steelers are in the hunt.
Or it's the Steelers. The winner of that game wins the division. So I guess Panthers, Buccaneers, Steelers, Rams, or Ravens.
Yeah. So
Excuse me. A
for the
couple of
AFC,
seeding games too, but it's like huge tiebreakers.
yeah, right now there's only one available playoff spot left in the AFC, which we talked about. So that could be the Steelers, the Ravens.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. And then the NFC right now, you got the Seahawks, Bears, Eagles, Niners, Rams, Packers, Panthers, and Bucks in the hunt. And the AFC's Broncos, Patriots, Jags, Texans, Chargers, Bills.
Yeah, and outside of the playoff spots being available, there are a couple of seeding maneuvers that could happen. Most notably, the Jaguars and the Texans could flip flop division winners. If the Jaguars lose to Tennessee somehow and Houston beats the Colts, Houston wins the division. If Jacksonville wins or Houston loses, they win the division, getting the third or the fifth seed. Also, if Houston somehow loses to the Colts and the Chargers beat Denver, they would flip, go to the 5. Texans would go to the 6. I do believe the Jaguars have the tiebreaker over. Yeah, because they beat the Chargers, didn't they, earlier in the year? Didn't Jacksonville beat San or Los Angeles? Pretty sure I'm
Houston?
right on that. No, Jacksonville
Well, Jacksonville did beat
beat the
Houston.
Chargers, didn't they?
Or no, Houston had that huge comeback against Jacksonville.
No, Jacksonville and Chargers.
No, I know,
Didn't
but I'm
Jacksonville
talking
win?
about when Mills was in. That's what I thought you were talking about. The
No,
Texans beat the
Houston.
Jaguars.
No, I'm talking
You're
about
talking about the
tiebreaker
Chargers. Right.
and Jacksonville.
Yeah.
The game they played. Didn't Jacksonville win?
Against the Chargers?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because that would be the tiebreaker. Like, say Jacksonville loses to Tennessee and Houston loses to Indy, but the Chargers beat Denver. If the Chargers have the tiebreaker over the Jaguars, then they would go to 5, and the Jaguars
So
go all
what
the way down
does
to
Houston
6.
have to play for? Just
The
a better
division.
seeding? The division, better
Yeah,
seeding?
the division, so they could get a home playoff game and get the 3 seed.
Man, how great would it be if the Colts could win? But
Yeah,
so
well, the
how
Jaguars
good?
have to lose. So
Who
Tennessee has to beat
Who the
Jacksonville.
Jaguars have?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee's not beating Jacksonville.
So, I mean, there's a couple of flip-floppers in the AFC. The NFC's kind of set. Packers can't get anything other than the 7 seed. I don't think the Rams can get the 5 seed, even if they win and San Fran loses. The Eagles are locked in, I believe, or actually, no, if the Bears win, or if the Bears lose and the Eagles win, they flip-flop 2 and 3 seed.
Also,
and then
if
the Seattle San Fran game, of course.
If the Broncos lose their next game and the Patriots win at home against Miami, they could leapfrog
Yeah.
Denver.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that would be I mean, the game I'm most excited for, and we'll talk about it, is the Ravens and Steelers. That
Yep.
game is huge,
Be the last pick we make. Sunday night
huge.
football. No
But
Monday night game.
with that, let's just go ahead and jump into the games, and then while we're talking about the games, we can touch on injury reports and any other
Yep.
news that may have come up.
Yep. Also, shout out IU, shout out Heisman Doza,
Shout out to Signetti.
Signetti.
Huge shout out to Signetti, dude. Does he want to come
Dude's a
coach?
dog.
Can he come coach for the Colts?
Beat Alabama 38-3. 38-3. Absolute
You
domination.
know what? And people are still saying all this nonsense about. I'd like to see how IU plays with the gauntlet that Alabama went through. What are you even talking about? Alabama shouldn't even be in the playoffs. It should be Notre Dame.
Totally agree.
I mean,
Totally agree.
last year when Notre Dame, and this kind of is divulging a little bit, but last year when Notre Dame played and they lost, everybody was like, see, this is why you don't put them in the playoffs. Okay. Well, now you have Alabama way earlier in the playoffs getting beat way worse. So what's the deal there?
Yeah. Well, not to mention IU lost to Notre Dame, who eventually, got to the championship game. So, and Notre Dame ended up beating Georgia that same year right after that. Or well, they played Penn State and then they beat Georgia. So, I mean, IU's here to stay. That's for sure. And the fact that they keep winning, they're getting more and more donations. If
Do
the
you
Big
think?
Ten wins another
I don't know,
championship, they'll get
man.
a ton of TV money.
I don't know if I use here to stay, and here's why. It depends on Signetti's loyalty. There's a lot of NFL teams that are going to target for him, and I feel like
In college, they already have.
the second Signetti leaves, I think you got another couple good years at IU, and then we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see him leaving. He's getting paid top dollar, top dollar. Mark Cuban just paid his extension for him last year. It's like another three year, I don't know, 30 something million. I
Really?
mean, he's getting paid. I mean, he's getting paid NFL money. All the big college coaches get paid just as much money as the NFL guys do now.
Do you think
It's just
IU's got a
more
shot
or
at
less, do you want to recruit year round and like do the NIL game versus drafting and
who's IU got next week?
they play Oregon,
And
who they've
then,
already played. They've already played this. I think the winner of this game wins the whole thing.
yeah, so you
Probably.
got Oregon next
I don't
week,
know.
and then
Miami looks
presumably
great.
the championship, right?
Do what?
So you've got Oregon next week, and then if IU wins, they go to the championship.
And they'll play either Ole Miss or Miami.
I feel like it's going to be IU versus Miami.
Yeah, Miami looks really strong. I tell you though, if Ole Miss somehow pulls out another upset, like I don't know if you remember, you were paying attention to the Lane Kiffin stories. Their head coach this year left before the college football playoff to go coach at LSU. So they're using an interim head coach right now. And if they somehow were to win the Natty and like he left and doesn't get that ring for the team that he coached the entire year until the playoff, like, man, that's going to be talked about forever. That story of him leaving and going to another team in the same conference was wild, wild. Yeah, no, the Oregon lost to IU at Oregon earlier in the year. IU looked really, really good. That was probably the best win of the year by any team in the country. I think Oregon has gotten better since that loss. IU just, man, they just look strong. They look kind of like how the Patriots looked during those golden eras, where it's like they didn't have to be overly flashy, but they were just everyone was on assignment. Everybody is like playing their role and is very, very good at it. Like they don't hurt themselves. They play efficient ball, like no blocked assignments, no blown coverages. Man, and that's coaching to me. I mean, it's got to be. Oregon's seen them already. And Dan Lanning, their head coach, is a master motivator. There's no doubt in my mind he's going to have those guys fired up. He does not want to lose to the same team twice in 1 year. So it's going to be a battle. It won't be as easy as it was against Alabama. There's no way. And they also have a pretty good quarterback that plays completely different than Mendoza. Two different styles. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to watch. both games actually, which I know in previous episodes I said I wasn't going to watch any of them. They've turned out to be pretty good ball games. Still wish Notre Dame was involved somehow, but
Hey, do you think so?
well, next
When it
year.
came down to it, it was basically Alabama, Miami, Notre Dame. All three of them were competing for that last spot, right?
Yeah, last spot. Yeah, because I had to put the
Last
two
two
like group
spots.
of five teams in. Those like James Madison and what was the other one? Tulane. They got blown out, of course. If one of those teams ever wins one of those games, like that gets in just because they like won their conference championship and somehow wins, like it'll be, it'd be crazier than a 16 seed beating a 1 seed in March Madness basketball tournament. Like that didn't happen until a couple of years ago. It was the first time it happened ever. I think it was Virginia. I think this, like, if a Tulane goes into Oregon and wins, that would be crazier at this point. It just seems impossible. Football is just totally different. Like you just need so many people to play above.
So
Um,
let's just
yeah,
jump
but let's
into
let's get
the
into these
slate.
picks.
So first up, we got the Buccaneers playing the Panthers. The Buccaneers are the home team, and they are favored by 3. Looking at the injury report, do you see any notable injuries?
Yeah, looks like Carolina's out a receiver that I think is wide receiver 2 or 3, David Moore. They've got a guard out and an inside linebacker and a corner. And then there's a D tackle and a linebacker that's also questionable to play. Tampa's out a linebacker and a corner. Jamal Dean is their number one corner, I believe. And then as another D tackle that's questionable. So looks like the Buccaneers are actually healthier than
Yeah,
they've
relatively healthy.
been all year.
Mike Evans isn't on the injury report at all.
No, no, he's been back for a couple of weeks now.
Well, it seems like every time I watch him play, he takes a hit and goes to the sideline. You don't know if he's going to be questionable the next week or not.
Yeah, he's like a gazelle out there. Everybody tries to take out his legs.
He's freaking huge. So I'm taking the Panthers +3. I've been a believer in the Panthers for a while, and I always disagree on it, but yeah, give me the Panthers.
Yeah, well, and we're gonna disagree again here. I'm taking Tampa. Man, I've been wrong the last like 4 weeks, but somehow they still have a chance. Give me Baker in a win or go home type of scenario. Even if they beat Carolina, they still need help to win that division. But this game will be played first, so I'm expecting a full effort. And man, Bryce Young still has not played that well. That man, I've seen a couple of flashes this year. Boy, he had like 80 yards passing last week. It's just terrible. So I'm gonna take Tampa at home. I'm gonna take a spirited effort. They're healthy, no excuses. They just lost it off a field goal a couple of weeks ago in Carolina. So let's get a little revenge angle here.
All right. Next up, we got the Seahawks playing the 49ers. 49ers are the home team. The Seahawks are favored by 2.5.
Yeah, and I think that went up a point. I think it was 1.5 earlier in the week.
I don't understand the logic here. 49ers at home, their offense has just been unstoppable. But we talk about injuries. You got Ricky Pearsall, questionable wide receiver. You got George Kittle, tight end. Everyone knows who that is. Offensive tackle, defensive end. George Kittle. Do we have any update on him? Because I
Yeah,
think that's
they're
a huge
so
part of it.
Schefter said Kittle was gonna play, but that Ricky Pearsall and Trent Williams were still questionable at this time. Wasn't sure. But he was on McAfee and he said Kittle was gonna play. I think the reason that this line is such being right, it's Niners. Oh, it's Seattle 2.5. Okay, so that makes it tricky. So
I'm taking
Trent
the
Williams
Niners
being
here.
out, if
I
Trent
just watched
Williams
I watched 2 weeks in a row where the 49ers offense was just steamrolling everybody, and they could not be stopped, and I watched the Colts play against the Seahawks, and we were able to keep the Seahawks offense at bay, and we don't have a state-of-the-art defense. Also, we had a very banged up offense, and we had Philip Rivers come in, we still put up points. So with that being said, I take the 49ers all day here.
Yeah, this is tricky. You would think the Niners at home would be favored, but I think with all the injury questions, that is why the Seattle's favored. I believe they're 7-1 on the road this year on the number and straight up. So they've been playing well on the road. And 49ers defense, honestly, I still think is pretty bad. They're still really missing Bosa and if Trent Williams doesn't play, Seattle's defense will get all over Brock Purdy. That's their star left tackles, Hall of Fame bound, first ballot. The one thing that has me a little iffy almost because of the same thing, Charles Cross is out for Seattle. That's their left tackle. Also, goated left tackle, no slouch. Seattle can generate a lot more pressure than San Fran can. I think that Miles Garrett,
That's
I
true.
believe, has more sacks than San Francisco does combined. I think they only have like 17 on the year.
That's true.
This line is getting up there though.
My
I was
here's
gonna take Seattle, but I mean, man, they had to
hear me out.
win by field goal.
Hear me out. The 49ers offense is unstoppable. Okay. I don't care who you put them up against. Purdy's never looked better. They're unstoppable. The Seahawks offense is pretty good, but Darnold does sputter from time to time. I mean, if you look at the 49ers, I think in this game, they probably have an 80 to 90% success rate on their drives, resulting in points. I don't see the Seahawks
Wait,
doing
say
that.
that again? Who?
The 49ers,
You think they're gonna succeed 80 to 90%
yes. And I don't see the
even without
Seahawks doing
Trent
that.
Williams?
Yeah, I don't see the
Oh,
Seahawks doing that. I
see,
see the
that's
Seahawks doing about 50% of their drives result, maybe 60. But either way, I think at this point, the defense is negligible because you just can't stop the 49ers.
see,
And
I
I
like
think
what
the
you
Seahawks are getting steamrolled.
if Trent Williams doesn't play, I think that's a huge deal.
I think this is a blowout.
See, I kinda completely disagree. I think Seattle is a better team. I think they're significantly better on defense. I think Seattle's a top 3 defense in the league, and if your left tackle's gone, if George Schefter said Kittle was playing, I don't think Pearsall's that big of a deal. Kittle playing is a big deal. Purdy
Yeah,
needs him, and he
exactly.
needs McCaffrey. That's
You
all
can't you
what he
can't
needs.
double team and McCaffrey and Kittle and expect to not have gaps.
Yeah, I really don't like taking Sam Darnold in big games, but I'm gonna take him here. It would be crazy if the Niners got home field advantage as the number 1 seed in NFC, and then the Super Bowl is being played in San Fran.
That would be wicked.
And they're missing their top 2 defensive players, like, I don't
Not
know,
to
I just don't
mention,
think that defense at
much
some
respect to
point.
the 49ers for starting half the season with Mac Jones. This season of all seasons, I feel like it's clearly demonstrated the need to have, a healthy, viable backup quarterback. You know, during the era of Peyton Manning and the greats, I feel like the backup quarterback position was, one of the lowest cap space positions. And anytime a backup went in, you thought, we're SOL now. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think people are starting to invest in the backup quarterbacks and 49ers, if they don't invest in that backup, they're not where they are today. Uh,
Yeah,
also,
think some
also,
Kyle Shanahan needs to get some recognition. I mean, he's always grabbing, like, guys that people are quitting on and, like, we'll throw them in there and they'll do just fine. Like, he's got some of the easiest offense play calls to system, whatever it is, it just works. Like, he knows how to use everybody to the best of their ability. That guy's a genius.
side note, Brandon Ayuk is also not playing, in case anybody was confused.
Yeah, do they know where he is yet? I mean, that boy's been missing for, like, 2
He
months.
released he released a TikTok going like 100 past the stadium. Do you see that?
That dude's just blowing money away.
Yeah,
It's
which is
crazy. Give it
crazy,
to me
but
if you're just gonna waste it.
he requested a trade. So I think his time's done. But anyway,
Who wants to deal with that? Who's gonna trade for that? I mean,
who wants to
seriously.
do brother, brother, we all
The
know.
Cowboys, probably.
We all know no, that's the next step. We
Yeah.
all know where broken receivers go.
Where? I know you ain't gonna say the Steelers because they don't go to Pittsburgh, they come from Pittsburgh. We give
Oh,
them
yeah.
away.
Well, I was gonna
We get
say
them for
Mike
free in the
Tomlin High
draft.
School.
Do what?
Mike Tomlin High School.
Hell yeah, if we can't handle them, nobody can.
I don't know. The Cowboys are looking pretty good with Pickens. I mean, he's still
He
a
quit
crash
on the
out, but
team. They make the playoffs. And look at the team he's leaving. Chance to make the playoffs. How sad. He'll die there. He'll go to the Jets or some other team, get a min
I don't know. I
contract,
think
and
I
then
think he's
nowhere
got
else.
if he can figure out his crashing out, man. I think he's got a
They
bright
never
future with the
do.
Cowboys.
Never figure it out. I've seen it a billion times now. I mean, Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown, who else? Who else do we have? A Claypool that went to the Bears. Martavis Bryant went to the Raiders, flamed out. I mean, the list goes on, decade plus of that. Tomlin can pick him out, but yeah, he's knows when the time has come. We can't give him a second
You know,
contract.
I don't agree. I don't agree. Metcalf has been a crash out hothead since his inception, and you guys picked him up. So you can't say that you guys only pick draft, crash out
Yeah,
wide receivers.
but I mean, before DK, tell me another one. We're doing things the last 2 years we've never done before. I
I
mean,
don't
we
have to
fired
say
an
before
offensive
DK because you've
coordinator.
got DK,
Yeah, but that this year, it's the first time that's ever happened. This is the first
but
time
it
we've
happened.
traded for
But it
somebody like
happened.
that and paid him
It
30
happened.
mil.
It happened.
First
So
time.
if the precedent now is that they let it happen, what's stopping them
Well,
from doing it again?
why do you think Tomlin going out rumors keep spreading like wildfire? They're trying something crazy because if it doesn't work, like they're gonna move on, bro.
Tomlin's not going anywhere.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I don't think they're gonna get rid of him. I hope they don't. But I could see, I mean, man, all these crazy ass questions that you get asked every day about leaving or whatever. Like, I'd be tired of hearing about it. Like, I'd sit out and let the team like win like 3 games and then be like, "Is this what you want?" And everybody be like, "No, no, we hate it." Steelers fans are spoiled, but I'm one of them. So
Let's move
anyway,
on.
let's get back to the picks. I had
Yep.
Seattle. You had San Fran.
Yep, San Fran blowout. All right, next up, we got the Falcons at home playing the Saints. The Falcons are favored by 3.5 points. If you would have asked me this question 6 weeks ago, I would have said the Falcons. But your theory is always if they're giving the Falcons points, don't take them.
Yeah, that usually has held true throughout the year. The weird thing about this game is you just have a lot of people not playing because it doesn't really matter for either of the teams. You still got Shuck playing, who I think is could be
Right, but
really,
he's
really darn
playing
good.
for, he's kind of showing off the skills he has to the rest of the league and the Saints. So I think they lay it all out there. Is Cousins the starting quarterback? Falcons. Who
Yep.
you taking
Can
here?
you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah.
Okay.
Who you taking?
3.5, I'm gonna take the Saints. I'm just gonna roll with the number. I don't like that Olave is not gonna play, Kamara's not gonna play, but yeah, Drake London might not play and Kyle Pitts might not play for the Falcons. So it's gonna be a snooze fest. We're gonna be seeing a lot of people we've never even heard of. So just give me the team getting points. It's in a dome. You know, can't imagine Atlanta's going to be showing too much out. The only thing they got going for him is Raheem Morris trying to coach for his job, but I think he's already lost it. So
I
give me
don't
the
know.
Saints with
Did
the
you already
point.
mention Drake London?
He's questionable, but
Yeah.
I think all of those guys are questionable due to rest. I think they're not hurt.
Yeah, and Kyle Pitt. Man, I don't see Bijan on there.
Apparently, I don't know what the settlement was it, but they were telling him he wasn't going to play, and I guess he threw a fit. It was like when it left the facility or something. So
Does he have incentives that he can't hit if he doesn't play?
I have no idea.
That'd be something we could look into because the only way I think they throw fits for not playing in most cases is they
I think
have,
Bijan
in
just wants to
season
play,
incentives.
but
Yeah.
maybe
Let me do some research on that.
that would be a good thing to look at for player props. It doesn't affect my pick at all.
Yeah. So no, Bijan does not have any public, contract incentives for week 18.
You taking Atlanta?
I don't like this line.
Both these teams have won like 4 or 5 in a row or so.
I'll take the Falcons here. I think they've got a really good defense. I'll take the Falcons here.
Moving right along. Got
We
the
got
Cleveland Brownies at the Cincinnati Bungles. Bengals laying 7.5 points at home. Who you got, partner?
7.5 points.
A lot of points. Points. You think
Let's see.
Garrett will
The Browns.
get the sack record?
The Browns are missing Harold Tannen, David Njoku.
Yeah, he got
Those
hurt
are
on that
those.
touchdown play.
Yeah, those are the most notable. The Bengals are missing
Again.
nobody that I think is really going to sway the game too much.
Think
Hmm.
Garrett gets a sack record?
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't. I'm
Give me the
taking the
Browns.
Bengals. Actually,
Take
give me Browns. Give me
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns here.
7.5, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't bet on this game just because Burrow, since coming back from the injury and, no playoff hopes,
It's been up
um,
and down.
super up and down. And, I think last week he was up a little bit, so I'd say this week he's going to be down.
Solid assessment. I like it.
Yep. Yep. Browns.
Wrong.
Next up, we got the Vikings at home playing the Packers. The Vikings are favored by 9.5. What? Jordan Love out.
Yeah. Malik Willis is also questionable.
He is. During the game, they said the emergency quarterback was Josh Jacobs last week.
Yeah, that's who played what was like a series or two. Yeah, and the Packers can't move seeds at all. Loss or win, they're locked into the 7. So I mean, they're going to be pulling pretty much anybody. Slightly important. You think we'll see Trayvon Diggs, their new corner that they just picked up?
Oh yeah, that's some news. So I not to divulge, but I read a little bit about the Trayvon Diggs. I don't know everything prior to this incident, but apparently he asked the coaching staff if I guess when they had the Thanksgiving game, he was in,
In
he had
Washington.
yeah, he had family around
I think it was
and
Christmas.
yeah, he wanted to spend time with his family. And they said no. And he was like, okay, well, I can either stay here with my family or I can go home with the team and then turn around as soon as I get there and come back to spend time with my family. They're like, you definitely have to come with us. Then you can fly back or whatever, which is
No, they
crazy.
said he couldn't go back. They said he had to practice.
No, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, so they got in a little altercation, then he got released. Hadn't had the best of years, had some injury problems since he had that crazy rookie defensive player of the year almost year. I was hoping Pittsburgh would pick him up, to be honest, but, because he was only, I think, 550K to play him for the rest of the season, and he doesn't have a contract, so if he plays well, you could probably pay him, I don't know,
I'm taking
wouldn't
the
wouldn't be a
Vikings.
max
No,
deal.
no, no, no. I'm taking the Packers. I'm taking the Packers. I think the Vikings win this, but I don't think they win this by 9.5, 10 points. Give me the Packers.
I'm just not really sure where the motivations.
I
I
mean,
mean, give me I'm gonna take Mi I'm gonna
let 9 throw one pick six, and that busts the spread wide open.
really, I don't know.
Where are you landing?
I'm gonna take Minnesota. Not
Taking the
really thrilled
Vikings.
about it. I won't I won't I
Okay.
won't I won't bet it, but
There's, yeah, I mean, the season's kind of turned into 90% of these games are kind of toilet bowl games. Really, nothing. Most starters are getting pulled across the board. Not a lot of reason to keep them in. I mean, most teams aren't playing for anything anymore, but um,
yeah.
anyway,
Well, we talked
so
about it. There's only, like, 4 games on the slate that matter, really.
yeah, so next up we've got the Giants at
Another
home playing the Cowboys. The Cowboys are favored by 3.5.
another one that doesn't matter.
So the Cowboys are missing Javonte Williams, Malik Davis.
Give me the Giants at home getting points. No
Giants
bet.
missing Wandale Robinson. Um, this is the most notable. That's the most notable injury. Taking the Giants,
Yep.
taking the Cowboys.
I started writing down the Cowboys for you, and I scribbled it out.
You knew which way I was going to lean. I still
Yeah,
think
probably.
Pickens is a machine. I don't care.
I wouldn't be surprised if he walked her out this week. It's like we got Tennessee Titans going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville favored by 13.5
Duval,
big ones in Duval. Who you
Duval.
got in this one?
And okay, so I'm going to take the Titans, and here's why. That's a big spread, and I think that what's going to happen is Jacksonville will probably cover this spread going into the fourth quarter, and then I think Jacksonville benches all their not all their starters, but I think they take out Trevor Lawrence, keep him healthy for the playoffs. Titans get a couple scores, field goal, touchdown, whatever, and toilet time. So I think that's where the spread gets tricky. With that, I think I'm going to take the Titans covering.
Yeah, 13.5's a lot. Obviously, Jacksonville has everything to play for. Take care of business. They get the 3 seed. Titans have been backdoor covering a couple of these games recently. I don't know how. This is a different caliber of team they're playing, clearly getting favored by 2 touchdowns. I don't know, if Trevor Lawrence played like he did last week, I don't think Jacksonville will cover the numbers, so I'll take Tennessee as well. Another one I probably won't bet on. I was in game, I saw Trevor Lawrence throw a couple of duds. Brian Thomas Jr. should have had, like, 2 touchdowns. He threw it into, like, a corner, a linebacker's back, like, whoever was guarding the receiver in the red zone, Trevor was terrible. It's great on the ground, though, had a lot of rushing first downs, but throwing the ball wasn't that great. Getting her written down here. Who we got next?
So next, let's talk about it. Next up, we've got the Texans at home playing the Colts. The Texans are favored by 10. The Colts starting quarterback is Riley Leonard.
Notre Dame. Yeah, with Houston's strength being defense, if they don't score a lot of points here, which, if you guys play how you did against San Fran, they might be able to. They could keep this close enough to where they have to keep their starters in the full game. I don't know that this is necessarily one of those games they can pull everybody in the 4th.
So, interesting tidbit. This will be the third year in a row the Colts will have finished 8-9 or 9-8.
Man, that's worse than us going 9-8 or 10-7 every year.
I feel like, and this will divulge a little bit, but I just feel like because I'm a diehard Colts fan, you know that, if it's not obvious. I just feel like every year we go into a season and we don't know what to expect, right? Like I would be more okay with the season ending the way it did if I was like, okay, let's just jump back in time to the Peyton Manning era. I'm gonna use an example. So let's say, all right, we lose in the AFC Championship, but you know what? We know next year we have Peyton Manning and we got some studs, and we'll see if we can pick up another running back in the draft. No, every year, every year it's something new. We never know what our starting quarterback's going to be, and it's frustrating. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm tired of not developing talent. I'm tired of not having a franchise quarterback. I'm tired of Chris Ballard, and you know what? I'm also tired of Shane Steichen.
Damn, get him out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Burn the ships. No quarter. So I think it's time for a reset in Indianapolis. I think everyone knows that. Texans favored by 10. I'm taking the Colts off merit because they are my team. But if I was not a Colts fan, I would take the Texans on this.
Yeah, I think they're gonna play pretty conservative.
I think this is a very weird number. This has to have toilet time factors in it because
It's
no way
definitely gonna be low
anybody.
scoring. Over-under is at 38.5.
You think it's going to be low? I don't know that it's. I don't know. The way I see this game unfolding, if I had to predict, um, I would say like Houston 24, Indianapolis 10,
'Cause
maybe.
I'm thinking
So I guess that covers the over under. What was that?
yeah, something like that, yeah, 10. I guess I'll take Houston. Another one I won't be betting, though.
Yeah, I have to take the Colts. That should be a rule we carry into next year. You just have to side with your team.
I don't know, I did it a couple of weeks, it went the other way, and then my team ended up winning, and that's a trade-off I'm willing to take. Next up, we got the New York Jets at Buffalo Bills. Bills laying 7.5 points, over under 37.5 in Orchard Park. It's gonna be cold, 23 degrees. Clear skies, though. No snow. Sure it'll be windy coming off the lake there. Um,
You
yeah,
go
I'm gonna
ahead and
take
give
the
your
Jets.
spiel. Yeah, let me do some research real quick on this.
I'm
I want
just
to
gonna
check some
take the
things.
Jets purely in division. For whatever reason, they get up against Buffalo. Here in the last 5 years, seems like they hit them more than they do New England. I think coach is probably already gonna get fired. There's a reason that this spread isn't higher, and it's gotta be there's a few people not playing or out. Let's see here. So I would think this have to be double digits. No,
So
Boyer's
what
not playing,
what are
but,
the playoff implications of this game?
I mean, the Bills, I guess, could go up to 6, maybe. I don't know. Did they beat the Chargers or did the Chargers beat the Bills? I don't even know that they played. I know Houston has a tiebreaker over them because they beat them.
Yeah, they could potentially get the number 2 seed depending on how the rest of this week
No, they
goes.
can't. They can't win the division.
They can't?
No. They're 2 games back of the New England. There's only 1 game left. They could only get one. I think they can only go up to 6 if they win and San Diego loses. I guess they could get up to 5 if Houston loses to Indy as well, but the highest they could get is 5. So, still going on the road somewhere. I don't know that this year that it really
Josh
matters
Allen
where you
does
go on
have
the
a foot
road.
injury also. He did not practice Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Jets because depending I guess, who plays on Saturday? Is it an AFC game on Saturday?
I'm taking the Bills here.
No, both NFC. I was gonna say they might know if they need to play or not by then, but they won't.
Taking the Bills.
What is it, 7.5?
Yep. Next up, we got the Bears at home playing the Lions. The Bears are favored by 3.
Yeah, so the Bears wanna keep their foot on the gas. The Lions don't have anything to play for. I'm take Chicago at home,
Yep,
laying
I'm
3.
taking the Bears.
Don't need to think too hard about it.
Yep, that's an easy one.
Next up, at the, Los Angeles Chargers at the Denver Broncos, Denver laying 12.5. Chargers got a lot of people not playing, most notably, I think Herbert's out, although he's not listed on this screen, but I coulda swore they said that he wasn't gonna play.
Because of an injury or
Rest, but also, like, nursing injury. Let's see. Yeah, he's not playing.
wild?
Trey Lance is starting.
Okay.
Yeah, give me Denver.
12.5. Holy cow.
Yeah, give me Denver so they can hold up that number 1 seed, even though they can't beat anybody by margin.
I'm taking the Chargers here. For that reason exactly. The Broncos typically don't beat anybody bad, right?
Yeah, I
So
think the only team that comes to mind that they beat up bad at home was Dallas, but everybody else they've played close. Next up, Kansas City at the Las Vegas Raiders, another toilet bowl. I think that a lot of Coon guys playing again at quarterback for the Chiefs.
he is.
Max Crosby's not gonna be playing for the Raiders. Jeez. The fact that their 3rd stringer's playing, I don't even know if Kelsey and they're still laying 5.5 points is just
I'm
absurd.
taking the Raiders.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs because I think the Raiders are ultra laying down. They wanna get that number 1 draft pick. They can't afford to win, as
You're
weird as
right.
that sounds.
You're right. Did they bench anybody other than Crosby?
I don't know.
This is a tricky game because you're right. They want that number 1 seed or number 1 seed, number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah, I think it's them and
Giants.
Tennessee?
No,
Or no, yeah, you're right,
not
the
the Giants.
Giants.
Is it the Giants?
Yeah, Giants. Yeah. Giants
It's got to be Tennessee too.
and the Jets.
The Titans are 3-13.
Yeah, and the Titans. Even the Raiders are 2-14, so
Give me
that'd
the
be some
Chiefs.
crazy tiebreakers. They're number 1 right now, but if they win somehow, I wonder if that bumps them up to, like, 4 or 5 because there was 3 teams at 3-13.
Taking the Chiefs here. Pete Carroll knows what he's doing. Next up, we got the Rams at home playing the Cardinals. Rams are favored by 8.5.
Yeah, gotta take care of business for some seeding. Arizona Cardinals are probably the most injured team in the NFL by far this year. I don't think their head coach is on the chopping block, believe it or not. It's kind of a weird spread. I'm not sure that the Rams have a whole lot to play for. Coming off a loss, though, give me the Rams minus 8.5. Hopefully, they get to rest their people in the 4th quarter.
I'll take the Cardinals here.
Got it.
Next, we got the Patriots at home playing the Dolphins. Patriots are favored by 11.5 points. How did
Yeah,
the
I'm taking
Dolphins quarterback play last week?
not bad. It's okay.
Better than Tua?
Serviceable. Uh, it's hard to say. He's only played 2 games. By the way, the guy that's playing Quinn Ewers is one of my fraternity brother's cousins. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Think he's serviceable. I don't know. Think like, feel like I wanna take the Dolphins here because they always play New England really close.
They're missing a lot of players.
Miami is?
Minka Fitzpatrick, Devon Achane, Jalen Waddle.
Wow, they're resting everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Patriots here.
Waddle and Achane well, Achane's doubtful. I'm gonna take the Dolphins just out of, they just
I
usually
don't know,
play the
man. You got
Patriots close.
what? What would Belichick do? Would
Well, he
he? Would he?
lost to Miami was like as a like, for whatever reason, he could never win in Miami. I don't know what it
No, but
was.
would he rest his players? Because Vrabel is Belichick.
No, because if they lose, could potentially not get the number 1 seed, Denver wins.
Right. No,
Or
I
they need to
understand
win and
that.
Denver has to lose, I think.
Do you think they play it and they get a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, they slowly pull players or maybe they put
See, the
Drake
thing
May on a
is,
snap count.
well, if
I'm
the
taking the
Broncos
Patriots.
if the Broncos lose to the Chargers somehow, they will play everybody because they win, they get the number 1 seed. If the Broncos win, then I could see them pulling some guys in the 3rd and the 4th because then they have the only reason they need to play is to make sure that I don't know that they would get flopped by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not really sure what that tiebreak is.
Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots here.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
Next, we got the Eagles at home playing the Commanders. Eagles are favored by 4.5.
I'm gonna take Washington. It's gonna be the battle of the backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think they want Tanner McKee to look that well because for whatever reason in Philly, people want him to start over Jalen Hurts. So I think they might
So
pack it in. What?
Is Mariota starting for the Commanders?
Yeah.
I like the Commanders here.
Nice, nice, nice. Into the game of the week.
This is
Sunday
going to be a
night
crazy game.
football. Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore now favored by 4.5 points. What do you think, brother?
This is going to be a tough game for both teams. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's seemingly found his stride. Lamar Jackson looks like the Ravens offense as a whole looks like they're finally waking up at the end of the season. I think I want the Steelers to win for you because I want one of our teams. You're my brother, and I want one of us to be happy going into next year. So I'm going to root for the Steelers here, but my gut says the Ravens.
Yeah, they keep getting more and more points. Obviously, no DK Metcalf is still one more game got to be suspended. Darnell Washington breaking his arm last week really sucked. Our big 311 pounder tight ends picked up another tight end, so we still have 3, but none of them to replace Darnell. I love actually that we're the underdog at home. Honestly, it's like the perfect setup to play the motivation game. Mike Tomlin's the master motivator. I know we're down a lot of key guys, but one key guy that is coming back, TJ Watt. TJ Watt, who hasn't had a signature game this year, if he can come back and wreak havoc, he should be super duper fresh. Brand new lung, hasn't played in 3-4 weeks, should be well rested. Get him back. That's a huge lift to the defense and can make those couple of plays. The only guy that really worries me is Derrick Henry. Of course, he's run all over us before, but I'd almost rather have Lamar play than the backup because even when Lamar is super duper healthy, we play well against him. And that he's not mobile now, they won't rely on the run as much as they would with the backup. I'm not worried about us stopping Lamar. I'm worried about Derrick. And if they can shut him down and hold him to, under 20 points and play Pittsburgh football and win that game by a field goal in the end, I can totally see it. And don't tell me Aaron's not gonna just because we're out DK in Washington. He would love to win this game being an underdog. I mean, this is what he lives
Oh,
for.
Aaron's going to give it. Aaron's going to give it his all.
I mean, we're at home. Place is gonna be rocking.
I think I saw where, and this could be satire for all I know. I mean, shit's gone crazy. You never know it's legit. But I think I saw somewhere Rogers said he'd like to play next year at the Steelers, like to come back.
Yeah, we'll have to see one thing at a time. I'd like him to focus on the game at hand before he starts talking about next year. But I don't know. I'd like to see what Will Johnson can do. Trying to see if they even have a timetable for this. I know he's on
Do you think the
IR, but
Steelers have any chance at winning the Super Bowl if they make it past the Ravens to the playoffs?
to compliment TJ. And then we'll be really nice at linebacker. And then I'm trying to see is Darnell it says out for the year, but like, does that just mean like regular season because there's one game?
He broke his arm, didn't he? He broke his arm, right?
Yeah, but it's supposed to be just a fracture.
Brother, he's not coming back. No way he comes back. Also, one thing, we're
It
gonna
says
rewind
5
all the way.
weeks.
We're
5
gonna
weeks.
rewind a little bit.
So he could come back for the Super Bowl.
Hold up.
By any means, we're not like the most dangerous team in the AFC. I really like we're probably the least dangerous team that would make it. Either of these teams, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. This year, I just think that there's not, you don't have to deal with Patrick, all these, rookies or first time playoff quarterbacks. a lot of unproven people. Everybody's got a hole. I mean, if you can turn it up for 4 games and play like magic, I mean, it could be anybody. I've seen Pittsburgh win the Super Bowl as a 6 seed coming out of the wild card before there was even 7 seeds and go the whole way. Seen weirder things. By no means should we be favored to win any game, no matter who we host, being the Chargers or Buffalo or Houston, whoever it is. We'll probably be underdogs at home again, but again, I'd rather be an underdog. It's extra motivation.
You better just hope that whoever you play can go ahead and just sign Vander Jack back, take him out of retirement.
That guy's probably I don't even wanna say. Not having a good time. He did not have a good holiday. I bet that.
So, one thing I wanted to talk about for the Patriots going into the playoffs, there's a lot of uncertainty around two players. So, everyone knows what's going on with Stephon Diggs, but also a little less known news is the defensive tackle Christian Barmore is facing charges for allegedly throwing his girlfriend to the ground, and I believe his court date is a few days before the Super Bowl.
Could be big if they make it, I suppose. I think if Stephon Diggs somehow can't play in a playoff game, they might lose.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty wide open this year, man. It's pretty I mean, nobody is, like, all and above. I mean, I even the number 1 seeds, I feel like, I don't even trust their quarterbacks yet. Pretty
That's all
wild.
I have for this weekend news. Well, you know what? I'm going to take this chance to just talk about the Colts some more. I, you
Soapbox.
know, well, you know what I mean? How the Colts, every time we go into a new season, there's always so many question marks around the team. I mean, when's the last time we had a starting quarterback and at the end of the year, you knew what you thought? Okay, we know what our team's going to look like. Better luck next year.
Join
You
the
know,
club.
we'll circle the wagons. I think Andrew
Join the
Luck
club.
was our last quarterback that was a constant. I don't think we've had the same quarterback for 2 years in a row. I mean, you've had Richardson, but he's always gotten hurt, so he's not played the whole year. And he had Minshew.
Join the club. Pittsburgh's been doing the same thing since Big Ben retired. It's
Man,
everybody that's not, like, either really, really bad or, when you're picking in the 15 to 20 range, it's hard to find a quarterback. Just
yeah, I
is.
would just like to have. Well, my frustrations are. I feel like at this point, the Colts have tried band-aiding and going, okay, we got to win this year, so let's just throw in a quick fix. I feel like that's been the case every year, and we've not spent the time developing. And I just don't see us getting out of this situation unless they go, okay, you know what, like Riley Leonard, you're our starting quarterback this year and next year, and we'll just see how it goes. And then I think you commit to Riley Leonard for the next 3 years and just see how it goes.
You know
Well, the
that's
next
never gonna
two, this
happen.
year, next year. It won't, but it'd
It's
make the
win
most
now.
sense.
It's always win now.
It is. It is. But, sometimes you got to make an investment to get real fruit. And I don't see them doing that. I think next year is going to be Daniel Jones, or I think next year is going to be Daniel Jones, realistically. I think we get rid of Richardson
I think so too.
in,
I think it's gonna be
in the
Daniel
offseason.
Jones unless somebody crazy just falls in their lap in the draft or something. I don't know who it would be, but, like, he should be back for week 1, right? So, I think he's still under a year contract. I don't think it was a 1-year deal. I think it was 2-year, wasn't it? It was like 2-year,
1 year.
24.
It was 1 year.
Oh, so they'll have to re-sign him again?
Yep. And he's
Wonder when
probably,
that'll
from
happen.
what I read, he's probably going to be looking for a Sam Darnold deal, close to that 40 mil
Yeah.
benchmark. And we only gave him like 10 mil this year.
Fuck.
Yeah. So it's going to be tough. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there's just so many question marks.
Yeah, that's kinda like, what do you do? Like, you haven't had anybody in the building that's done anything that he's done, but, like, at the same time, giving him a max deal without seeing what he looks like post-injury as far as mobility and whatnot. Because I was honestly, I think before the big injury happened, like, when he had the leg injury, the first one, I mean, that kinda him not being able to be mobile kinda took away a whole
Yeah, it did.
avenue of the game there. So not being able to see that and having to sign him before that's kinda tough.
It is.
And he'll probably have other people that'll wanna chime in depending on where the number's at too. I mean, I'm sure it's not just gonna be the Colts.
No, I completely agree.
Man, it's
Yep.
tough.
Man, the Colts season this year was tough. We lost our starting kicker, starting quarterback. Um, Boss Gardner, we traded everything for. I think played like 1.5 games after signing him.
Yeah, now you don't have any first
DeForest
rounds.
DeForest Buckner got hurt. You know, he's doing a neck surgery now. Who knows? You know, these are lingering injuries, right? Like our kicker tore several tendons and ligaments. DeForest Buckner neck surgery. Jones Achilles, not Achilles. Was it? No, it was ACL, right? No, it was Achilles,
One of the
right?
two. I think it looked like Achilles.
Yeah, I think it was Achilles. So yeah, it was because there's a lot of speculation on when he'll be 100% again. And all the talking heads I listened to, they mentioned that, you know, for the whole first year, you can play, but no one's ever 100% for the first year, if ever. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll have to watch and see. Well, that's all I got for the picks. Look out for a video from us next week doing a little recap and then introing the first round of the playoffs, wild card round. If you want to comment, definitely let us know if there's any sports once we do a little transition after football season that you would prefer. In my head, and when we've talked, I kind of think the easiest thing to go into would definitely be basketball, priority, college, and then maybe NBA if you guys care. But that's kind of all there really is until till golf and baseball kind of come into full swing in the spring. I know there's hockey. I personally don't follow hockey as much until the playoffs, and for Mark, it's kind of going to be a learning game with most of the sports coming up. So, is there anything out there that you want to see for sure? Definitely let us know. But for the time being, assume if nothing else gets said about it, it'll probably end up being basketball, college ball, and a little bit of NBA after the NFL playoffs are done.
Until next time. See
Peace.